Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. I have to ask the Brooke fans, okay? I mean, like the ones that have been watching the show for a while and really like Brooke's character. I gotta ask y'all, how do y'all continue to be fans of such a delusional woman? You know, part of the reason why I stopped doing the reviews on the Bold and the Beautiful is because not just the dialogue got repetitive, but my reviews start to get a bit repetitive. Listen, I may smile, I may joke, but I don't generally like just constantly coming down on the same character over and over and over and over again, right? But the minute that she's not there talking to Hope, and she's like, they talk about Nick being back and everything, and Hope is like really excited. She's like, listen, you deserve better and everything, and you know, Brooke is like, yeah, he makes me laugh and he makes me smile and everything like that. But Rich is my destiny, and we're gonna get back together someday. I'm just like, girl, what in the is wrong with you? You have Katie that's like, nah, you need to chill out. You have Ridge that's like, nah, you need to chill out. You have Nick that comes back 5 minutes in, under 5 minutes, he already knows the entire situation. He knows the entire situation, right? And then when Hope finds out Nick is back, and you can tell that she's kind of nudging, like, yo, listen, why don't you go with somebody who deserves you? She's just repeating the same dumb shit. And I'm just like, as I'm watching, I was like, here we go again. Here we go again. And so she says the same idiotic things, and they play the same repeated. It's like she has this memory of what they used to be like, and I'm like, that's great, what they used to be like, but why don't you take a look at take a look at the man that you're dealing with now? You want to sit there and get all nostalgia and show all these old nostalgia clips. And I'm like, girl, you are living in the goddamn past, right? And long story short, Nick overhears him saying yes. When he comes in, he talks to Hope for a little bit. He tells Brooke this. He's like, listen, I saw those two at Deacon's restaurant, and she pulled out a ring, and she asked for his hand in marriage. And she's like, she pulled out a ring? She pulled out a ring? I'm like, girl, do you need to take notes or something like that? Because you seem like you have a hard time trying to, like, keep up with this story. And he tells her, yeah. And he said yes. And she just has this bewildered, saddened look on her face. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not. But it's very difficult to have any sort of sympathy when you put your trust, faith, and love in a man who never deserved it in the first place. He never deserved that. Okay? He is a flip-flopping... I don't know how much he cheated, but he is a flip-flopping man who is faithless. And you went through this so many times. So I don't understand for the Brooke fans to be like, I really like Brooke, because I'm just like, what do you like about her? Like, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I generally want to know, what do you like about her? I had nothing for her. And it's very hard for me to. Now, Luna does her usual spiel. Electra's like, oh, I don't know if I could sit there and watch this. I'm like, well, then don't watch it. You said yesterday, oh, I gotta watch it. When Stephanie was like, this is gonna be kind of hard. I don't know if you want to watch this. No, I gotta watch it to support Will. Today, I don't know if I'll be able to watch it. Okay. Sure, we're doing this. And, he starts kissing her, and they're kissing, and she's getting all like mad and jealous and being like, oh, I know he's acting, but this is so hard and everything. It doesn't have to be, boo boo. It really doesn't, but okay, sure. Torture yourself, that's cool. So he slows things down, right? He's like, I want to listen to you, I want to hear your story. We go to the usual sob story of I grew up and my mom was into this, my mom was into that, and she was a half-ass mom. Then I found my dad, and I thought things were gonna be better, but Steffi got in the way, and it was like a dream come true. And then my life is magically gonna get fixed because Finn is my father, but I'm not gonna let that bitch get in my way, and da 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 da. And Finn's like, well, that's enough, right? When she said that she had a plan to remove Steffi or to get rid of Steffi, Finn was like, well, that's enough, right? That's intent, right? Finn, what profession are you in? You're a doctor, right? So you didn't go to law school? Oh, okay, so you have no idea what the hell you're talking about then. Cool. This show. Oh, and she's also talking about she could probably talk to Rage about bringing back Hope for the Future, which I don't think is going to wind up happening, but, I didn't also think that she was going to be working there, so, well, let's be honest, I did think she was going to be working there. And I know people's like, she should start her own fashion line. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Really don't. Just don't see that happening. I feel like that's... Let me check. Oh, there's a point where Taylor's like, oh, I don't, maybe I should have talked to Eric. And, because she's like, listen, Eric has been a huge supporter of Brooke and the showstopper and everything like that. And, the thing about Eric is that he is kind of two-faced. I don't like that shit. Like, he'll smile in her face, but he'll sit there and root for Brooke and be like, oh, I don't like that, Anyway, she talks about how much she loves him, she's happy, and blah, 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 blah. And, hopefully they actually stayed married and Brooke could just finally get some goddamn self-respect and be with somebody who actually is going to treat her right. But knowing the B&B writers, I don't know if that's going to happen. I know some people who've been watching the show longer. It's like, well, that's definitely not going to happen. I would like to believe that it's going to happen. I just like to believe it. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else. I'm not doing a stream tonight. I'll be on JLJ Media channel tonight, James Lott Jr. at 10 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check that out. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.